So I got a lot of resources here. So I got some stuff written on my phone, some stuff written on my notebook. In the future, I plan to be more prepared, but work got a little bit ahead of me, so I just didn't have enough time to write down everything in one place. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. It's like weird being a little bit mirrored because I'm pointing to the left here and it points to the right, and it kind of weirds me out a little bit, but that's alright. Let's see. We got 3 minutes till I'll start here. And again, we're talking about limiting beliefs today, which is something that a lot of people struggle with, even me still, personally. So it's a common belief system because the subconscious mind is pretty intense like that. I mean, technically we are our subconscious mind, not our conscious mind, but our conscious mind can become aware of our subconscious mind, which I'll talk a little bit on that, but we won't go in detail on the differences between the subconscious and conscious mind today. Today we will just briefly overview the subconscious mind, as well as what limited beliefs are and how to change them by adopting and adapting to empowering belief systems. I say adapting and adopting because you have to adopt them and then you have to adapt your beliefs into that adoption of empowerment. And it's easier said than done. So we'll get started here in 2 minutes. I would like to welcome anyone who's here. If not, this will be recorded and posted on this page for future viewing. So I want to welcome you to the Riddle Co. And here we will have meditation, metaphysical, spiritual, and philosophy. Just talking about different things that can empower you as a person and better your self-awareness, increase your conscious mind, and so on and so forth. Like, I will say that I have my eggs in a lot of baskets, but when it comes to the interconnectivity of it all, it really makes sense to be fluid and understand the different brackets of different knowledge. And as a philosophy major myself, and because also studying cognitive science and sustainability, I find it very important to understand the interconnectedness of everything and how each little cog in the system plays a part and a big role in the entirety of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. My name is David Riddle, and I want to welcome you to my first meditation class. Today we're not going to necessarily be meditating as much as I would like because it is our first class, and I find that it is common that it's hard for people to focus the first time. It's hard for people to really get in that mindset, especially if they haven't meditated before or really understand what meditation is. And there's different kinds of meditation, and we won't go over it in today's class, but I will have a class in the future where I talk about meditation because I've written a paper about it. I've also just done a lot of research and also the application of my own life. Meditation has been a very important role in the foundation of who I am. So what are limiting beliefs? We'll start there. So limiting beliefs, and I'm reading because it's easier for me to read than try to articulate some thoughts because my mind goes a million miles per minute, but that's okay. So limiting beliefs are beliefs that have held us back from what we want in life. So they can be based on the results of negative events that you experience or even flawed vision of your future. So when you think of a limiting belief, let's think of like your work. Let's think that you want a job that isn't really, mainstream. Like for me, I want to do music. I also want to do philosophy and spirituality, and that's not really a commonality. That's not really something that everybody is like hopping and chomping at the bit to do. And so I find myself having a lot of limiting beliefs like what will my family think? And, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they think because it's my life. I have some examples of some limiting beliefs too here. Let's see. So, if we focus on the work limiting beliefs, we have I'm not smart enough for that job, or I'm not capable enough, or there's not any companies out there that really respect their workers. But that's really just limiting your options. That's really limiting you from going out there and looking for the job you want because you just don't believe. And if we are our belief systems, then you're just literally shooting yourself in the foot. And some ways to overcome that, some empowering beliefs, is just I am attracting the perfect job for me, and there are jobs available that pay well and treat their employees right, and I am intelligent enough to start a new chapter or start a new business or even career for myself. And it's the noticing those limiting beliefs and creating an empowering statement that can override the subconscious mind that will ultimately help you and change your life. When you change your self-talk, you change your world. And so we'll go deeper into that about the subconscious mind here in a second, but like some examples for even like love life, like I'm not lovable, or if your parents got divorced, you can find it hard to value your worth. And so saying that I am lovable just the way I am, or just because my parents got divorced, doesn't mean that there aren't relationships that are rewarding and nurturing out there, that you deserve to be loved and cherished. And I can go on, especially like money limiting beliefs. Like some people can be like, it's hard to make money, the rich are crooks, the rich are bad people, the rich are rich because they exploit people, but that's not always the case. And by empowering yourself and saying like, it's easy for me to make money, money is a powerful tool that can help me and others. By becoming rich, it allows me to open opportunities to help others as well. And so it's just really empowering yourself and overcoming those limiting beliefs that we have so ingrained in our subconscious mind, which is, you know, commonality in today's society. It's those belief systems that really prevent us from getting us where we want to go. So I'm going to get into the subconscious mind now and how that is important in this whole workflow of finding out what your limiting beliefs are and really overcoming them. So the subconscious mind is not conscious. I mean, you have the conscious mind and you have the subconscious mind here. The subconscious mind is incapable of reasoning, and therefore it's non-judgmental, and it's very flexible, and one could think it as the hard drive of the brain, constantly being programmed with life data. So your subconscious mind, it takes, like, let's say you grew up in an abusive environment, it's going to take the behaviors of those around you and normalize them. It's going to create them to be your habit. It's going to create them to be you. And so if you're constantly having somebody tell you that you're not worthy, you're going to start believing that. And let's say you get into a relationship and they cheat on you. It's not them breaking up with you and cheating on you and all that hurts. It's you probably downplaying yourself and being like, well, I'm not worthy. I should have done this or that, and maybe they would have loved me better. No, that's not how this works. Usually it's a reflection of them and not a reflection of you, and you're now programming your subconscious mind to believe that you're not worthy of love, and that can be very damaging and hurtful to your future, because if your belief system is who you are, if you believe that you are not worthy, it's going to be very hard to find love that makes you feel worthy. But if you start believing, like, hey, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of affection, I am worthy of the life that I want, then it's going to be a lot easier to find a love that is worthy of your time, energy, and resources. Turn the slide away just slightly. Here, there we go. It's still in my eyes. noise, but that's fine. It's a little better. Okay, so your subconscious mind is actually your long-term memory. It's your emotions and feelings, and it's where your habits, your addictions, and your relationships end up. Like I said, it's basically like the hard drive of your brain. It's where your involuntary body features, functions happen, like breathing, sleeping. Your creativity, your developmental stages happen in the subconscious mind. So if you have some very limiting beliefs, you're going to grow up to be very limiting on yourself. It's not going to allow yourself to flourish into the person that you could be or want to be. It's where your spiritual connections and intuition reside as well. And so, going deeper into what the subconscious mind, I gotta look at my notes on my phone, because I will read or type something on my phone and then forget to transport it to physical sometimes. So some interesting facts about the subconscious mind and how and why limiting beliefs are so detrimental is because in the subconscious mind it records everything. So if somebody like outside of yourself is downplaying you or nitpicking behaviors or anything like that, you want to nip that in the bud as fast as possible, because your subconscious mind, it can't tell the difference between one thing or the other. It's not rational. It's not like your conscious mind. It can't say, well, that's not true. Well, that's not correct. It just takes data and logs it. And that's all well and good until you find out that the subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. And it's built on habituation. So whatever your habitat, your environment, whatever your habits are, the subconscious mind is going to eat that up. It's going to So it's got no verbal language, and it just takes in everything. And it also takes that everything literally. So when you are, let's say, working out and you're just like, I can't do this, your subconscious mind is going to be like, okay, we can't do it. It's going to stop that right in the butt. But if you consciously, in your conscious mind, override that and be like, well, I can do this. Why am I telling myself that I can't? The subconscious mind, it's not logical. It's a feeling mind. It feels things. It feels the emotions. It takes things as they are, and it takes it into you. And it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. Like, our conscious mind is our analytical mind. It's the one that thinks, it's the rational one. And we can use our conscious mind to become aware of the subconscious mind, and then therefore change our lives. So to get a little bit more ingrained on the differences, like the conscious mind is the thinking mind. You can accept or reject any idea with your conscious mind, but the subconscious mind, you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It's the emotional mind, as I've said before. It feels things. So it has to accept what you give and emotionalize. So this is where empowering thoughts can be really, really, powerful. They can be really detrimental to who you are as a person. So when you start empowering yourself and affirming those empowerments, you become more confident in who you are as a person. You become more confident in what you're able to do. So let's say, again, I'll give you an example of hiking. Like, for a while I was having trouble with my health, especially in my knees, because I would limit myself, being like, oh, I have osteoarthritis in both my knees from working hard and just all those other things. It makes it very difficult to walk. It makes it very difficult to run. But then I started saying to myself, well, why am I limiting myself? Because it's never going to get better if I continue to saying that it's a problem and not do anything to solve that problem. So consciously I made the decision that I needed to just start going. I just needed to do. And so I just started walking every day, and even just like now, I went from not really walking much, maybe like half a mile to a mile a day, maybe a little bit more, to now I walk at least 6 miles, and I try to reach for 8, sometimes 12, depending on what's going on in my day. But it just shows you how powerful your subconscious mind can be. And continuously we limit ourselves. We prevent ourselves from really achieving what we want in life, because probably sometime in our life someone has said, well, you can't do that, that's not possible. Well, it's not possible for them. It's possible for you if you choose to allow yourself to have that possibility and the opportunity. So, I ask you today, do you want to empower yourself? Do you want to figure out what limiting beliefs you have and really get down to the bottom of it and change your life? Change your ways, change the way you talk to yourself, change the way that your world is. Also, this is Basil. Hi, sweetie. You want to meditate with us? Sit down. Let's sit. Okay. So, how can we change them? And that's by adopting and adapting to empowering beliefs. We can adapt to them through affirmations, which there's a lot of good affirmations out there. Subliminals are also good for the empowerment of the subconscious mind, because the more you listen, the more you start to believe, and the more you believe, the more your life changes. So, just saying, like, I will guide you through the meditation and everything like that, but we're going to be getting into the meditative state by, on inhale, saying that I am not the body, and on the exhale, I am not even the mind. And later on, I will guide you in this meditation. Hey, stop biting. Sorry, she wants to play. On some terms that can help you. But there's a little bit more I want to say on the subconscious mind, so let's see here. Stay, Basil. So, your subconscious mind only thinks in the present, and it doesn't know the difference between what is real and what's imagined. I've said that before. But it believes anything, whether it makes no sense, no logical sense at all, because, like I said, conscious mind is the logical, unconscious mind, subconscious mind is the irrational. Oi, Basil, you gotta chill. If you want to stay down here, you gotta chill. I know. So, your conscious mind knows that it takes time to create action goals and complete action goals. But in your subconscious mind, you have to program it to believe you have already attained them right now. And so, I ask you to really think of something in your life that you want to obtain. And is there anything that's preventing you, whether it be resources, time, energy? And that's a common one, and that's that people don't have time. We all have 24 hours. And if time is man-made, then you can make time for the things you love. It's one of my favorite sayings that I love to say, and I won't stop until the day I die, because really, if we all have 24 hours and time is man-made, then you can make time for the things you love. And one of the greatest projects you can work on is yourself. And so I ask you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And we're going to be meditating here shortly, but we're going to just sit for a moment and really think about what we want. Like, a lot of people believe that meditation you have to sit. Okay, Basil, hold on. I gotta go put it in the crate. Go in your crate. Come on. Come on. My apologies. She was getting a little too rambunctious when we're about to meditate. So, I really want you to just sit here for a moment. Just sit with your thoughts. And so, really, what do you want in life? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And just really ponder that thought for a minute. It doesn't have to be in depth. And like I was saying before, Basil got a little rambunctious, is that a lot of people believe this idea of meditation is always sitting and clearing your mind of everything. But meditation isn't about clearing your mind, it's about observing what comes to your mind and taking the observation and really just letting it pass, see where it goes. Because the mind creates a lot of things. It creates intrusive thoughts, it creates the limiting beliefs, it really tries to knock you down sometimes. And so, just breathe. And what do you see your future as? Who do you see yourself in, let's say, even a year? Where do you see yourself? What are you doing? Just really imagine that. And if you have thoughts that pop up that be like, well, I want to do this, but I want to do that, but if I want to do this, but I can't, those are limiting beliefs. And you want to observe them, and if you want to, you can write them down. That's helpful. But if not, just really catch them and then let them fly in the wind. One thing you can also do is catch those limiting beliefs and be like, hold on a minute, that's not right. And create an empowering belief that is the opposite of what you're believing. So if I sit here and I think about how I want to be a musician, how I want to really work towards being a better guitar player, well, my mind tries to limit me, being like, well, David, you can't read music. Well, that's okay. I don't know how to read music yet. I don't know how to read music now, but I can learn. And that's an empowering belief over a limiting belief. Another limiting belief is just like, you have dyslexia. I have dyslexia. And I have ADHD, and that prevents me from learning like other people. But in some ways, it also allows me to be more creative, and that is empowering. It's being like, well, yeah, I'm not like other people. I don't have to be. I don't want to be honest with you. So really, it's just catching the thoughts that come to your mind and empowering yourself rather than downplaying yourself. Because each individual in this world has gifts and talents and strengths. But commonly, society focuses on the weaknesses of somebody, of yourself, and it usually is just like, work on your weaknesses, work on your weaknesses. Yeah, you should work on your weaknesses, but you should also focus on your strengths more importantly. Because if you know where your strengths are, then it's okay to be vulnerable. Because if you have a good foundation of what your strengths are, then you can overpower any weakness. And it will be done in a unique, individualistic way. And so, we're going to sit here. And we're going to breathe and remember, think, I'm not the body. And we're going to hold that for just like 1 or 2 seconds. And then release. I'm not even the mind. And again, no, I'm not the body. And breathe out. I'm not even the mind. And I want you to repeat this at your own pace, breathing and the statement in your head, or out loud, whichever one suits your fancy. And we're just going to, I like to do palms up, this mantra. It feels good for me because it feels like I'm giving and receiving energy out the universe, like a circuit. And if you got them, you can also use crystals as a way to increase increase that frequency, that beacon. So I think I want to, today, receive protection from the universe. So I got some black tourmaline, and I want to use this as a frequency booster to send healing, love, and protection to the world. And so I'm just going to run my thumbs on this, kind of like if you got a little fidget toy or, anxiety reducer. Crystals are great for that. Love them. So, we're going to sit with our thoughts and remember, inhale, I'm not the body. Exhale, I'm not even the mind. Because you're not. You're a spirit, and we're a spirit experiencing a physical experience. So, enjoy being a spiritual being for a minute with me, and just be. Just breathe. Breathe in that wonderful life-giving oxygen, and exhale that wonderful life-giving carbon dioxide. Because each inhale gives you life, and each exhale gives plants life. And I actually have 2 beautiful succulents here. Plants are very good to keep in your home. Completing the circuit. Everything's interconnected. You just gotta find the pieces. Alright, let's focus. I'm not the body. I'm not even the mind. I'm not the body. I'm not even the mind. I'm not the body. I'm not even the mind. I'm not the body. I'm not even the mind. Like I said, continue this at your own pace. Breathing and speaking, whether that be out loud or in your head, in your conscious mind, consciously speaking it into the universe. You can go slow or you can go fast, at your own pace, just like your own life. Everyone goes at their own pace. No rush. Just be for a little bit. Now, commonly, people don't find this easy. Because it's so easy in a world of stimulation to continually be stimulated by outside influences or inside influences even, constantly telling yourself you can't, or that it's impossible. But I'm here to say that it is possible if you constantly put your intention towards it. You can do whatever the hell you want. No one can stop you but yourself. Now, this is what is known as reflective meditation, where we're taking an intention and a focal point, and we're really decide the foundation of that belief system, and whether or not we want to continue believing that. And we work with reflective meditation to really reprogram our subconscious mind, which is our belief system, and find out where that foundational belief came from. And it's most likely you won't find it on the first try. If you do, great job. But like with all things, it takes time, practice, and energy. But if it's really worth it to you, you will make time each and every day. And you will learn to say no to things so that you can say yes to other things. I promise you, each and everything is worth it. So as you sit here today, where are you limiting yourself? Where are you preventing yourself from living the life that you actually want to live? Is it because you keep telling yourself that you can't? Because of the belief systems that others have imposed upon you, because they keep telling themselves that they can't? Because it's that endless cycle of can't and cannot, and I will not, and I have no time, I have no experience. Well, this life is about experiences, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. And you have to be comfortable with that fact. You have to be comfortable with the fact that you're not going to be perfect the first time you do it, and that's okay. That's why you do it, so you can continually get better. That's what's practice. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. In silence, or sitting with yourself, makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But oh, for me, how exciting knowing that things still make me uncomfortable. For I know each day that I may experience something new, that I may live in the uncomfortable and change. How wonderful. For when I no longer am uncomfortable with a thing, then I no longer can live, for I've already experienced all there is. But the beautiful thing about life is each day strive for the uncomfortable, and you will always live a life of experience. With experience comes a wealth of knowledge, wisdom, guidance. The signs are all around you. You just have to be receptive. Same thing with opportunity. If you prevent yourself from limiting yourself, you will realize the opportunity is all around you. And it is you who must decide whether or not you make that choice to go with it, to go with whatever happens, or to not go with whatever happens, and consciously make a choice to better yourself, even if it means pushing some people away, or pushing things away, or behaviors away, or habits away that are normalized for you. Life doesn't have to be mundane. In fact, it's very exciting. But a lot of times we prevent ourselves from that excitement because it's new, or it requires change, or it requires uncomfortability. So where are you limiting yourself? What life do you want to live? And what steps do you have to get there? These are the questions I ask myself in different aspects of my life each day. And And slowly but surely I reprogram myself with affirmations, with meditation, with observation, and with courage. I prevent the things, the outside influences, from structuring my life in a way that I do not want. And you can do the same. Now with 20 minutes left, we will sit here in silence as you work through your self-talk, if you get there. And if not, that's okay too. Meditation is a practice that takes practice. It's a habit that must be formed. Just like everything good, it takes time. So let me set an alarm here for 20 minutes so that we stay within an hour. And I will do 15 minutes actually. That way the last 5 minutes I can express my gratitudes. Because gratitude is important for a healthy life. It's always good to just smile to yourself too. Chuckling. Be authentic. Allow yourself to just be. It's okay if you feel silly. Apologize if you hear my dog eating her toy. Just observe it and let it float on by. Just like you will observe Any thought, let it float on by. In case you need a reminder of the affirmation, it is on inhale, I am not the body, and on exhale, I am not even the mind. And throughout this, you'll ask yourself, how am I holding myself back from where I want to be, from who I want to be? What belief systems, habits, lifestyle choices do I have that prevent me and limit me from my highest and greatest good? And I will say, this is only half the battle, and that you must take this yin passive energy and convert it into yang active energy, and take action on these limiting belief systems, and create active belief systems, active habits that lead towards change. And remember, it doesn't have to be a lot, it can be baby steps that lead you to your greatest good and greatest life. Even baby steps lead to progress. 5 push-ups over the course of 7 days leads to 35 push-ups in a week. And 35 push-ups in a week leads you to the ability to do that. And eventually you'll increase your capacity, just like meditating for 5 minutes in a day for 7 days in a week will lead you to be able to meditate and sit still for 35 minutes at a time. And being able to sit still for 35 minutes at a time will increase your capacity to do it for longer. Each little thing can add up over time. Remember, like a painting, it's a progress and a process. And if you go with the flow and grow, that's how you glow, baby. That's how you glow. And I know I'm spitting a lot of random nonsense to you, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to take something from this today and move forward to a better life. Because that's all I want, is you to live as your higher self, your highest self, that loves you and wants you to achieve great things. In a life where we all focus on weaknesses and what we cannot and can't do, I hope this is a place of peace where you can believe in yourself and grow your confidence in yourself. For all we need is one safe space for us to really be ourselves, our authentic selves, the authentic self that feels that hurts, that loves, that yearns to be something greater than we are. Allow yourself to be that today, right now, in this present moment. For I don't know if anybody has told you this recently, but I love you, and I care about you, and I want you to succeed, and I want you to want yourself to succeed, because often, more times than not, where there's limiting beliefs, there's sabotaging behaviors, or we sabotage the good things and the opportunities that come to our life because we deem ourselves unworthy. But that is not the case. You are worthy. Everyone is worthy of the life they desire, and there is more than enough opportunity and abundance in the universe to achieve that desire. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, but the ones who want to and desire it with all their heart and passionate fire of the soul will achieve great things. And I am passionate about you achieving your greatest and highest good, which is why I'm here today. Because I love and care about each and every one of you that views this video. And quite frankly, if nobody sees it, I know that I am at least meditating for my greatest and highest good and doing the work. And that's all that is important to me, for this is a byproduct of helping myself. For I must help myself if I am to help others. And with these 8 minutes left, or 7, I'll start expressing my gratitude for you today, for sitting here with me and taking the time out of your day to better yourself and lead a life that you can be proud of. For I know this meditation and this class, it may not get you where you need to go, but if you constantly take what you've learned today, even if it's one thing, and apply it, you will succeed. And I know that if there are embedded limited belief systems, that it might be hard for you to believe that. But take one thing, practice it, and come back and find me. For you will see changes, because I would not be sitting here today if I didn't believe everything I say, if I didn't believe and apply and have experienced the fulfillment that this can bring. And I just want to say I am grateful today for anyone who has taken the time, whether during the live session or during the recorded version, to really just sit with themselves and take a minute from this world of stimulation and just be, just live, just live in the present moment and breathe and experience a different state of consciousness from your daily normal. Because I know it's not easy, and it's not easy to focalize and envision and bring up limiting beliefs and behaviors and patterns and habits and subconscious thoughts. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And if you start at limiting beliefs and you start with your strengths and you start learning more about yourself, becoming aware in your conscious mind who you are and who you want to be, you'll get there. It does take work. Like I said, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But it is not easy. But if it's worth it to you, you'll make time for it. Just with all great things. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be here today. To just be human, exist for a little bit. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, shake away the negativity, and I know this says meditation hour, but I think I'm going to end it 4 minutes early and allow myself to decompress and you to decompress, and I hope you reflect on some things I've said today or things you've experienced in today's class, for it will change your life. And that's why I offer it for free, because all I want is for humanity to grow. I want people to take their desires and take action towards their passions. And that's why I'm here. So may you have a wonderful day or night, depending on the time that you see this. And I will see you next time in my next class. We are aiming for next Sunday, but it may be a Saturday, for I might have something I might be doing on next Sunday. But keep a lookout, for this will be a commonality. Peace, love, and light. Goodbye.